Making progress. I'm not going to get the bike started this weekend, partly because I didn't get oil, bit of an oversight, and I find myself rushing. Last night I stayed out here till quite late, and I'd realised I'd made a couple of mistakes, and that was because I was sort of pushing myself with a deadline that didn't really have to be, so I've pulled it back a bit. Just potted along. This morning I had to go out to do a job, and before I left I had to get on the internet, on the phone to sort out our internet, and I was on hold for over an hour, and I thought, I'll put on speakerphone and before I head off, and I'll end up in that time I put the front end in, a couple other little things while I was on hold. I thought, trying to make use of my time. The bastards want me to sit on hold for that long. Anyway, so my heat wrap came just before I left to go off to work, and so I wrapped the rear header as well, just around there, the pipe that goes underneath the battery box, trying to help with the heat situation as much as I can. Yeah. Now I'm not doing a absolute faithful restoration here. I'm just tidying the bike up, and some things I might do a bit later, like the handlebars have got to come off because the handlebars I ordered were wrong. But for now they can just wait. There's nothing wrong with them. They're just a bit average looking, that's all. I'm making the foot pegs as I mentioned in the last video. Now I'll just get these. Okay. Standard foot peg. Pretty small. The ones that came with the bike, so I'm using them as my template. All I did was I laid the foot peg down on the edge, put that on top, rolled it over it, well, the other way actually. Doesn't want to sit now, of course you don't. Well anyway, rolled it over, clamped it down. I've got these shapes here. I've got these little bits so far, and then I've just got to you know, work out a couple of little basics. But yeah, so I'm gonna add to these ones because the mountings are in better condition, and I'm going to make them just a touch wider and bigger again, because the you know, I feel like just a bit more, feel a bit better on the foot and less fatigued. But yeah, so that's where I'm up to. I actually thought to myself, and I still haven't cleaned up, in fact I've made more of a mess. I thought to myself, I'll just do those, get the stuff ready for those brackets. I won't yeah, turn around, look at my funny looking head, it's a bit tight. I won't weld them up tonight. It's 4:30, back to regular job tomorrow. So I'll get everything ready though, so when I feel the mood I'll just go into the workshop and weld those up, and I'll just sort of chip away, depending on how I go, what jobs I've got in what area. If I'm near a couple of motorbike shops in the area, I'll go and get the oil I need for that. But I want to just sort of, what I want to do is I want to clean up any parts that are left lying around. Well, then I know, well, hold on a second, what's going on here, because the bench over here, that was full of parts. There's a trolley behind the front of the Jag there, that was full of parts. Now there's hardly any parts left on there, and it's sort of a telltale sign that we're getting close to the end. Yeah, so I'll get the oil, I'll just do a clean up, I'll just take my time to just look over the bike, make sure there isn't silly things I miss, because I have missed a couple of silly things, and it's usually when I put silly pressure on myself to get things done. But you know, my deadline is, I want to be heading into South Australian outback, what is it, April, end of April, and I want to do one trip into the high country up Blue Rag and pay my respects to my mum, and realistically I've got plenty of time. I've got other projects and whatnot, and you know, still want to learn to TIG in amongst all of that. But yeah, so we're getting there. You know, I'm quite happy with that has come along so far. I just a little bit of that excited but nervous stage when you go to push that starter button for the first time, and I don't care who you are. People I know, you know, that have been doing this all their lives always get a little bit nervous when you go to push that button for the first time. Anyway, we'll wrap that up there. Unfortunately, I didn't get it running this weekend, but like I said, don't want to put that sort of pressure on myself. I'm not trying to get finished to set off on a trip by the end of the week or anything. I've got, I don't know, what have I got? 6 weeks. 6 weeks I've got to be ready for the big trip. The overnighter I want to do is a shakedown. I want to do that in say a few weeks time, because I want to have time if there's something I don't like or something not quite right, then I've got time to fix it. But anyway, yeah, I'll keep you updated with what's next. I probably might do a quick vid once I make those foot pegs and show you how I went with them. Pretty basic, but yeah. Anyway, cheerio. If you do like my stuff, give it a like. You know, it makes me feel like I'm, you know, you're getting something out of it. But anyway, cheers. Thank you.